At its core, A Ferry of Bones and Gold is about rediscovery, of love, of trust, and of the ability to embrace emotions when magic collides with desire. The novel follows Patrick Collins, a federal agent and powerful mage whose life has always been defined by discipline, ambition, and the refusal to show weakness. Patrick thrives on control, but beneath his confident exterior lies vulnerability and longing. His world is shaken when he encounters someone who challenges everything he thought he knew about himself. Patrick is tasked with investigating a series of supernatural crimes in New York City, crimes that threaten the fragile balance between gods, mortals, and magical beings. His work is dangerous, isolating, and filled with secrets. But when he meets Jonathan DeVere, a wolf shifter who is fiery, stubborn, and determined to live authentically, sparks fly. Not just professional ones, but the kind that ignite transformation. Jonathan is bold, unafraid to speak his mind, and thrives on risk. Unlike Patrick, he has no interest in hiding who he is. Their relationship begins with tension, fueled by Patrick's reluctance to risk exposure and Jonathan's determination to break through his walls. Patrick is drawn to Jonathan's energy, while Jonathan is captivated by Patrick's quiet strength. What begins as mistrust slowly transforms into trust, intimacy, and passion. As their bond deepens, Patrick struggles with fear. Fear of rejection, fear of scandal, fear of losing himself in the shadow of supernatural danger. Jonathan, despite his own insecurities, pushes Patrick to embrace authenticity. Their chemistry is undeniable, making every interaction charged with vulnerability and desire. Hailey Turner's writing is sharp, emotional, and deeply engaging. She blends humor with heartbreak, creating a romance that feels both entertaining and transformative. The chemistry between Patrick and Jonathan is electric, making their connection feel authentic and satisfying. Thematically, A Ferry of Bones and Gold explores urban fantasy romance trope, the tension between supernatural danger and intimacy, identity and vulnerability. Patrick's journey reflects the courage required to embrace intimacy despite fear. Love and risk. Jonathan's arc underscores the beauty of risking vulnerability in unconventional circumstances. Community and belonging. The magical New York setting adds grit and depth, reinforcing themes of loyalty and resilience. The climax is both emotional and triumphant, as Patrick must decide whether his connection with Jonathan and his own truth is worth the risk of vulnerability and rejection. The resolution affirms the novel's central message, that sometimes the fiercest battles lead to the most authentic love stories, even when they begin in the shadow of gods and monsters. By the end, A Ferry of Bones and Gold is more than a paranormal romance. It is a meditation on courage, authenticity, and the beauty of finding someone who sees you for who you truly are. It begins the Soulbound series with passion, grit, and emotional resonance, leaving listeners eager for the next installment.